Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a Ghost of Antietam event. Smoke and Steel League ended last week, and so for the next couple of weeks during the off season we're going to be covering this event to showcase it, and then once Smoke and Steel Season 3 starts we'll head back to that. But for tonight we have the Bolivar Heights camp, followed up by the Schoolhouse Ridge. Before we get into this, thank you to our YouTube members for the support. If you'd like to support, go beneath the video and hit the join button. By doing so, you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. So, our regiments for today: on the CSA side, you have the 8th Virginia, you have the 7th South Carolina, you have the 6th Arkansas, Archers Brigade, Zarvonas, Zouaves, 1st North Carolina, 1st South Carolina, Shenandoah Regulars, 20th Georgia, 1st Maryland, and the 2nd Texas. Whereas on the Union side, got 14th Indiana, Midwest Brigade, Eagles Brigade, 8th Connecticut, 11th Pennsylvania, 2nd United States Sharpshooters, 1st Ohio, and the 65th Illinois. I will note that the 14th Indiana and the 1st Ohio balanced over from Union to the CSA side. Appreciate that. I will also note that I said the 1st North Carolina Sharpshooters was a Asian regiment. They are not. Turns out there's 2 of them. So, with that being said, there are those corrections there. Server population as of tonight, 200 exactly. Union's up by 4 on CSA. CSA, while having the option of artillery, are not taking any. Union, meanwhile, are taking it. They have 6 on it. So, are in balance overall, infantry-wise, in 3 in favor of the CSA side. Frontline reporters for today. On our Union side, you have Zach here from the Midwest Brigade, and from the Washington Artillery Battalion, who's with the Zarvona Zouaves tonight. You have CSA Artie Man. So appreciate these guys so we can see what's going on the ground while also seeing what is going on in the sky. So they don't start till the 42-minute mark. Started a little before that, though, just to get the introductory stuff out of the way. However, Bolivar Heights camp, it is a 24% ticket advantage to the attacking CSA side. And the CSA attack is relatively simple. They just push up this wood line and then push into the camp and cause as much chaos as possible. Point of contention is right beneath me. You can tell with the little flag, but it kind of extends into the camp here. Union, their job is they'll have an initial defensive line, which is generally set along this little line that I'm drawing with my camera here. Union sets up a line there normally. If Union starts losing those defensive lines and CSA starts pushing them back, it's trouble for Union, but it's not necessarily easy for Union to defend. Union has the 39th New York Regiment with the option of the Mississippi, only weapon they can have, which it looks like it's what the regiment that we're looking at right now. The Union has the 87th Ohio with the Springfield 55 and the Lorenz as well. CSA side, they have the 1st Louisiana Zouaves with the Mississippi, and then the 9th Louisiana with the option of the Springfield 55 and the Springfield 42. So half the CSA team has the option for buck and ball. Anyways, this is a very aggressive approach from Union side, especially considering CSA has those shotguns, but they are very, very deflated here. So maybe they're going to try to catch the CSA off guard, who are pushing up. Not all the Union are pushing this way. You got a good chunk kind of in those traditional defensive lines, but this will be an interesting start.
Oh my God.
Surprise Union rolled up with the Mississippi regiments. These guys have short, length weapons. They suck at melee. Here we go.
Here they come, lads. Let's go. Light them up.
There you go, independent.
Let's go, lads. Shooting all day.
See some of that CSA buck and ball going off, and CSA is going to countercharge here, which, why not? Union flag is a little further back. If I were CSA, I'd just keep going. So Union has a couple more guys grouped up back here.
Get behind CD. Alright, CD. Independent fire. Start shooting northwest.
And CSA kind of half goes at him. A couple Union guys still back there. Meanwhile, the main CSA assault towards the point has begun. You got 1st Maryland pushing forward. I will note, it's nice to see 1st Maryland and 8th Connecticut on different sides. They usually just blob up and destroy everyone. But it'll be interesting to see what happens when they're not together. But we got a charge from 1st Maryland. Here they go.
Who's reloaded? Oh, you took your bayonet off.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Oh, crap.
And I mean, you can already see, we've had barely any fighting so far. Union's already starting to lose tickets. CSA is as well, but Union is losing more tickets. And CSA is actually getting a foothold, bringing a 2nd flag out now to start reinforcing that. Meanwhile, Union still has a foothold on this side. A fair amount of CSA are kind of just sitting and shooting with them, which is
East. You see that
fascinating.
big ass line to the east, bro? Look at that shit. The east, right there.
Yeah, east. Yep. Okay, east.
But
That's what I thought.
it's gonna be interesting to watch a 200-player match. You usually don't, at least the events we watch on this channel consistently.
Alright,
We normally see 250, 300 players, and so it'll be interesting to watch a smaller match. These are easy shots. Come on.
Open fire.
Oh,
Oh my goodness, they only got like 2.
that's good ticket damage on him so far.
But, I mean, regardless, the result is Union being down a lot of tickets. And that's the thing, right? Is on a 200-man server compared to a 250, 300-man server, there's a lot less people dying. And so the devs wanted to make the game take the same amount of time, regardless of if the server size is 100 or 300. So the tickets scale based on the number of deaths or number of players in the server. If there's less people, there's less killing going on. That means that the tickets lost per death need to be increased so that it keeps up with a larger pop server who has less tickets per death, right? You wouldn't want it to be the same, right? Let's say you set the tickets to a high server pop, so because a lot of people are dying on a high pop. You wouldn't want the tickets to go down super fast, so you set it at a slow rate. If you keep that for a smaller pop server where no one's dying, the tickets aren't going to go down for anyone. So it's a great idea, resulting, or just based on the player count, it's a great idea to adjust the server size. And it seemed to kind of keep well. But the hard thing about balancing this game is that, depending on the server pop, metas kind of change, which is kind of cool in a sense. But each side has to be very concerned with their tickets, especially the defenders, since they got less tickets overall. And so CSA starting to put a little pressure. Union left. You also got CSA putting pressure on this side. Now, if I were the CSA, it's not like the officers have a Steam chat, but if I'm the CSA and I see Union over here in their traditional positions, and I see a large Union force over here as well, what that means is that Union's very spread out. The nice part about War of Rights is that you know, I mean, one, you can just hit the tab screen and see how many players are on each side, but even not looking at the tab screen, generally each side has the same amount of players on it. And so if you see a defending or attacking force, really any force, and they're super spread out, that means their lines are thinned up. So especially if you're an attacker and you see the defenders in that state, you just need to group up and hit one of those sides really fast. And you'll outnumber them most likely and defeat them in detail. But,
as long as we're here, we'll protect the flag.
but again, I mean, it's CSA's doing great so far. Again, the tickets are the only thing that matters. So, also, I don't know if Union's going to do it. You'll see it sometimes too on this map. Union likes to form a little caisson arty wall. It kind of acts as a defense barrier because infantry guys will like to go up against the caissons and use them as cover, which makes sense. It also could be a hindrance to the opponent trying to run through there. But again, it's a similar issue to what I mentioned at the beginning, is that if CSA breaks through that initial defensive line, like I talked about earlier, or you form this wall and the CSA break through it, then CSA can use that wall to their advantage. And it can be rough for Union. So,
Hold the line, brothers. Hold the line.
CSA is starting to make further moves out to this side. Tents are a visual barrier. They don't block bullets, though.
Good shit, A company. Open the fuck up.
You guys are doing good. Keep it up.
Northeast.
Where to the north? Is that, are there?
Everybody get your legs in higher.
Northwest. Full kids, hold and hold. Hold fire.
Good back here.
So, oh my goodness, this this might have been a thing to miss. You look over here for a while and then you go away for a second and they charge forward here. Yeah, first Maryland putting the pressure there. I don't know if they charged out the Union, maybe a couple, but Union have for the most part fallen back.
On the berm.
Over the berm, over the berm, over
It's hard for Union because I'm assuming this is the CSA Buckenball Regiment. They don't got the Mississippis. So, if they got Buckenball, it's going to be very difficult for Union to fight close ranged on this. However, you got to throw them off. You can't let them sit here, which Union's actually getting some pretty good shots here. EB. Dangerous spot, but, it gives you a perfect angle on them. Looks like you got Union artillery in the spot there as well, which actually is a pretty good place to have a gun. Also, oh my goodness, 8th Kinetic. Hey, everything's happening. You know, you'd think we're watching Conquest with the amount of stuff that's happening. Here we
Hey,
go.
got that flag.
Hey, motherfucker!
Hey, gentlemen.
Flag, keep moving, flag, keep moving, flag, keep moving, good enough.
Yeah, you better run that flag. Come here. Hey, let me get that flag. Let me get that flag.
Hey, gentlemen.
Let me get that flag. Nope.
So, I think we just saw a very common mistake there. Nice charge from 6th Arkansas and the EIB guys. EIB is the Washington Artillery Battalion. There's Verona Zouaves in the 2nd Texas. But that's the thing, right? We looked there, and 8th Connecticut had a sizable force, but when the CSA hit their line, they just said retreat. And we saw all the Union guys retreating there, while CSA was just trying to chase them and getting kills in the process. If the enemy's on top of you, and you don't think you're going to win, or you don't want to hold the position, at that point, it doesn't matter. You need to engage in the melee. Because the moment you say run away, your guys are going to focus on running away like we saw, while your opponents are killing you. So they're going to get more tickets lost for you, and you're not going to get any kills on them. I mean, if you're going to die anyways, you might as well try to take your opponent's tickets. Now, the flag should obviously retreat like we saw, but the rest of the guys should get in melee there, because that's just a bunch of lost tickets. Union down to engage. Looks like CSA advancing kind of throughout the whole lane, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, well, oh, shit. Do not peek.
Caleb! Wait, let me quick peek. Let me quick peek.
Don't do it, Wanderer. Wanderer, don't do it. You idiot.
There's a lot of guys with guns.
So, I mean, all things considered, Union's actually keeping the tickets somewhat even, which normally how this map goes, CSA will just slowly start getting more and more and more of a ticket lead, especially when they push Union further and further back. But the thing is, as a defender, if you're trying to win on tickets, which a lot of these smaller servers, even though there is that ticket adjustment, sometimes, at least it feels like anyways, that they don't go the full match time. But
We should go on them wagons.
Can you give me some lates with PCP, but like your stuff?
I can give them separately if you really
But, I mean, yeah, Union's keeping the tickets even, which, it's good for an attacker to keep the tickets even. At this point, it's still fine for Union to keep the tickets even. However, as a defender, you want to get about a third to a half of morale stage difference. On this map, you probably want close to a half morale stage difference, because towards the end of the game, there's going to be a lot more charges on point. And as a defender, you need that ticket barrier. Because if the attackers go the final push, right, it might lower that black timer, but they will have unlimited respawns. But CSA now pushing up center side of the map, that being Archer's Brigade. Some 8th Virginia guys as well. You got 8th Kinetic kind of countering them. You got actually a good gun here for Union, which is... I don't know if I've seen Union have a gun here in a hot second. Granted, I haven't seen this map in a hot second either.
Oh, yeah.
Unlike our second round, which I saw on Sunday. Haven't seen it for a long time. It's hit 2 times in 3 days. It always feels like that too. Where, yeah, you know, you just don't see a map for a while, and then it'll show up all in one weekend. I guess that's just how it is.
Artie's about to fire. Get out of the way.
Get out of the way. Clear fire.
CSA kind of pushing up on most of their fronts, especially this front on this side, getting real close.
Keep it up and leave.
We must defend! I'm down!
So, CSA side down to engaged. Union, it's about a fourth of a morale stage difference right now. Which, a moment ago looked good for Union, but the bars are visually weird.
Keep the fire, Twin.
it's like someone will get a new morale stage like CSA, and they won't drop down for a while, and then they'll once they start dropping, they drop.
This is a horrible cover spot, dude. Be mindful. We could win this.
Keep up the independent.
Sorry, if I took this spot, but I don't want to die right away.
Nah, you're good, homie.
So, I guess they're still trying to have some form of cover, but I mean, the thing is, Union is they're backing off. They don't want to engage in a shootout with the CSA here, trying to preserve their tickets. And I mean, CSA is not really being overly aggressive, which they might do in a second, now that I say something, but wonder why CSA isn't pushing up more aggressively, maybe just want to keep the flags. I mean, CSA is great on time right now, so it's not like they have to overly be aggressive. And as I say that, nice spot from 8th Connecticut. They're not in the open there, but they're still using the tents, which again, visual barrier, not going to stop the bullets, which you can see. Yeah. You got a couple EIB guys over here. Still got a couple of good shots there, but at this point for Union, right? If the Union's slowly being pushed back as we normally see with this map, and Union's they're down about a third of a morale stage right now. It's getting very close to a half morale stage. Union has to change something up. Now, what can they change up? They could try to charge the CSA if they want, although that's probably going to result in really bad things for them. It probably won't result in a ticket game. The other option is for Union to fall back more, but CSA is just going to keep taking ground. What Union should, in my opinion, try to do is they got a turtle back in their main spawn so that CSA can't get a ticket kill on them, forcing them to cap the point. If CSA caps the point, it'll stop the black timer. Not that that really matters anymore because everyone's losing tickets so fast that final push will be hit and the black timer will drop before it ever goes down there. But if Union retakes the point on counterattack, they will go up to the percentage of tickets that the attacking CSA side is at because they're ahead on tickets, them being the CSA. But we got a little charge. Don't blame CSA. Union backed off. You got to go in there. They're going to hit the Union down to taking losses. And you can see how the no communication or no Steam chat can kind of decide things. You got a whole charge happening on the point here, and most of the Union just kind of doesn't know what's happening. CSA is winning here on point, hitting Union down to taking losses. CSA should try not to cap at all possible. Because again, you don't want to give Union a chance to regain a bunch of tickets. So, really good charge there from the CSA side. Didn't lose any of their flags either, which is good to see on their part. But, I mean, they just charged in there, wrecked the whole lot of the Union. And Union has lost a fair amount of their flags, but they're going to pick them back up. A good amount of Union guys did spawn main as well, seeing that their flags were down. CSA should really try not to cap. And it looks like they're going to start backing off from that side to at least prevent that. So, they're still capping. Oh, there it goes. I was like, oh my goodness. That's the thing, is that you have to be in skirmishing to capture the point, which means you have to be by 2 other players. And the thing is, right, you would think, oh, if there's only one person on the point, they aren't capping. But if they're in skirmishing, let's say they're on the edge of cap, and there's 2 other people right next to them outside of point, not on it. If that person's a skirmishing, they're capping. So every person still has to kind of pay attention to that stuff. And you'll see sometimes people will send like groups of 4 or 5 dudes to early cap a point or capture a point for whatever reason. They'll send 4 or 5 dudes, and when they don't want to cap it, they'll all bunch up and run off the point together. Which, if you're going to run off the point, you all need to spread out and go in different directions so that you get out of line as quickly as possible. So many close captures or accidental caps have happened because of that.
You got this, Midwest. Like an expensive whore, make him pay for every inch.
If you don't want to early cap, it's much better to lose a couple out-of-line tickets if your guys spread out versus everyone sticking in a blob running off. So, good, successful not cap from the CSA side. You do have a lot of Union coming out of Maine. They're going to get in a little melee here with the first South Carolina guys. Oh, that body just ragdolled. I missed that. They took the ragdolls out of the game like that, which were pretty funny. I guess it's not historical. But I mean, Union, I don't know if they notice. I mean, obviously we see a lot of CSA over there, but someone from Union's got to realize there's not a lot of CSA here. Oh, nice arty shot. I thought that missed. It looked like it did. Union could charge us out and get 2 CSA flags down, which can be a starting point for maybe Union coming back. Because CSA main spawns all the way on the bottom of the hill, and when you have half the CSA team have to run up that, it can be very painful for CSA. It'll at least knock them out for a couple of minutes. Which, again, at this point, time doesn't matter. And Union and half morale stage are going to hit breaking. At that point, CSA can capture and win. If Union gets knocked down one more morale stage, they hit last stand and can't respawn. CSA had taken losses, and here we go. Good play, Union.
Prioritize flags and officers. Like this guy. Prestige! Blicky. Get that flag! Oh wait, you're friendly, shit.
So great charge from the Union side there. Really, really well done. Meanwhile, other side of the map, Union main spawns pushing out. CSA hits taking losses. Union's about to go as well, which this charge might do it.
Let's go, Arkansas. Keep moving. Stab
You don't even say huzzah right.
I'm scared.
Arkansas, Fox, Union sucks. Go back to bed.
Sorry, Redneck. Hey, where's your green card?
Down you go.
Give me your green card.
Right here in the tents. Right here in the tents. Shoot these flags.
Meanwhile, Union might lose a flag here.
Flag.
Yep, they're going to lose it. Got the first North Carolina Sharpshooters, Arch's Brigade there. Somehow flag's still up.
My feet hurt and I want your shoes.
Hey, what's up, baby boy?
There it goes.
What'd you say? You're garbage.
Somehow Union's also not in breaking. So, Union's down 1 flag, CSA... Oh, there they go. Look at that. Union's down 1 flag, CSA down 2. It's a whole morale stage difference. Honestly, at this point, there's no way Union wins this game. Their only chance was to regain tickets in a counterattack. Even the counterattack is hard. Because I've seen CSA early cap on this map before, and Union tried to take it back. And I mean, when CSA's got that bucking ball, it's game changing. Solomon, nice job with the flag there. CSA, oh, he's an Unk too. Unk status is crazy. Newest rank I haven't seen before.
You got a whole bunch of people. We gotta keep you safe. Keep you covered.
I think that might work. Oh, no, because there's rebels over that way in the wood. And we don't have very many guys.
As you probably realize, Random, they're going to be going for cap soon.
Oh, never mind. We got people moving up over there. Let's go with them. Come on.
Up, gentlemen, let's go.
But, oh, I think that might have been a team kill there. Anyways. Union can't pull back. CSA captures, they win. If Union holds like they have been the whole game, which what else can they do? They're just going to slowly be whittled down, or CSA will just outright charge. Those flags that were knocked down, there is a 5-minute despawn timer. So CSA will eventually get them back in probably about 2.5 minutes at this point, unless someone runs up and picks it up.
Come on, Whisper, let's do our normal shitbagging shooting people.
Which it looks like they're probably going to be able to pick it up.
Don't let them take their flag back, boys.
The one.
Alright, on the berm and stuff here, independent fire down the thing.
Left, left, left.
Oh. Hello there.
Nice canister.
You ain't getting this.
I got a good amount actually.
You ain't getting shit.
Flag.
I'm walking in.
I will note, right? So this flag right here got picked up and dropped. That 5-minute timer restarted. However, CSA gets one of those flags at least a little closer to the line. Anyways, charging a point. Point held by Union strongly. And I don't think CSA should be able to take this because they're just outnumbered. And CSA flag up here. I mean, it's still... Oh, that's crazy they got the flag out there. Never mind. I think he might have maybe got team killed. I don't know. There's no shot he did.
Get the fuck out of here.
Go, 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 go.
And so CSA will at least preserve their flags on this front. Looks like they got one of the flags back over here. I mean, that's certainly a way to change the tides of a battle if one of the sides just doesn't have their flags for a good portion of the match. You'll see this a lot in contention. Because contention, we don't see it too often outside of pubs, which I don't really cover those anymore outside of the one a week I do for the YouTube members. However, the thing with contention is that each team is fighting over one flagpole. If you capture it and hold it for 7 minutes, you knock your opponent down a whole morale stage. Reason why it's not really played a lot in events is outside of UEC, I heard they do it, which is a Friday and Saturday European event. But the points are very RNG, and there's a lot of points on the map, 5 or 6. And one of those flagpoles or points is chosen at random, which sometimes the randomness can really screw over a team. Which you just have to watch a conquest video, or sorry, contention video, for that to make sense. But anyways, in contention, right, one team has to hold for 7 minutes. If they do that, they knock their opponent down a whole morale stage. What'll happen is one team will capture the point right away. The other team will try to retake the point, and they fail. They reform, and by that point they have like two... They might go at it once or twice, but they'll have a minute or two left on the gold timer until they lose a whole morale stage. And they'll wait till like a minute left and then dive bomb with their whole team, including their flags, trying to prevent them from losing a whole morale stage. And what happens is that if the charges didn't work before, they probably don't work that time. And if they don't work that time and you're charging all your guys in, including your flags, there's a high chance you don't get those flags out. And as a result, your opponent knocks you down a whole morale stages by fully capturing the point and holding it. And then the next point gets chosen. They go to the point, capture it. Meanwhile, the team who just lost a whole morale stage doesn't have any of their flags because they lost them on the point. I mean, and then the cycle just kind of repeats because they have to travel to that point, pick up the flags, and then try to go to the next point and win that. And by that point, they've held it for half the amount of time they need to. And I mean, it's just kind of...
Line on me.
It's a rough game mode.
Bayonets down, charge, shoot.
Very close to something else. Anyways, looks like, again, CSC still has one flag up on this side. One flag is down for now, which you got more CSC groups moving up, and they'll maybe be able to pick it back up. CSA is almost down to breaking.
Perfect.
Which tickets have kind of evened up a little bit.
Right here, Georgia, independent fire.
That's right, I was saying flag.
Can we get that flag? Let him get it. Touch him with your pokey stick. No, Rab. That was our rag.
So look at that flag out. And we got more charging on point.
some cover and shoot these guys. Press T, press T.
Again, at this point, especially for CSA, the charges don't need to work. They have such a huge ticket lead, and they still have a huge ticket lead, that it doesn't matter. All that matters is that they're killing Union tickets, right? Again, as an attacker, you just need the tickets to be even and you're doing fine. So as long as you don't start going down tickets, you are perfectly fine as an attacker. And I mean, Union any second's going to hit last stand. At that point, they can't respawn anymore.
Hey, we're getting engaged on the other side. Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Go ahead and grab a shell, Josie. I can bury it on him.
Yeah, I got a case. Oh.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Go ahead and do that, boys. Pull back. I was loading. Over here. Over here. Link up. Get
Excuse me,
cover and
excuse me.
shoot with our guy.
I don't know if I ever mentioned this at the beginning, but I don't think I did. The CSA artillery on this map is down here, and it's such a bad spot. I mean, the thing is that you have to shoot up, and you gotta time your shot exactly right. And you have to assume Union has guys on the edge of the berm here.
Guys, come back!
Because it crests right about here. And I mean, maybe you could get a right fuse time where you're going to hit up in the air about 10 feet above their head. And I don't know how many that'll kill. I mean, it might knock down a few, but it's a rough map for CSA already. I mean, Union already, it's not terribly great, but I mean, they put some guns in some nice spots here, which can have their effectiveness be good.
I'm a fucking marksman for a reason. I'm a certified killer.
No, you ain't. No, you
Yes,
ain't.
I am. Yes, I am. I'm more of a killer than you. That's why you died, bitch.
We're all screwed.
Relax. Stand by. Take a breather, and then aim.
So, yeah. There they go. So if the Union guy was dead when they hit last stand, they automatically respawn back at main, just to give the defenders kind of one last wave, but they've got to hold for 11.5 minutes, and that just ain't happening. This is going to be a slow death for the Union. And this is Bolivar Heights Camp, ladies and gentlemen. I think Union needs a ticket buff on this map. Oh my goodness. Wow. You know, even though I've been spectating in this game for a long time, there's moments where you fly around a battlefield and you start connecting the dots for where everything is. Like, I knew Bolivar Heights Camp was here and Harper's Ferry was over there, but seeing the river there was quite nice. Which you can tube down in real life, which I want to do that at one point. But I don't know how much fun the tubing would be. I mean, it'd be relaxing, but going under the bridges, that would be so cool, I think. Anyways, CSA looking to finish off the round, starting to collapse in, doing their own version of the Anaconda plan on the Union.
On this one here, shoot the guys there in the northwest. Shoot those guys.
So CSA starting to take point. Might just be natural. Ah, no, CSA's taking.
Yep. Shoot.
Shoot them! Oh shit!
Where's Witch? Get behind here, get behind here. People right
But
in front of us. Billy and Gonzo's.
That was a quick shot, bro. Holy shit. Hey, watch out, southeast. We're exposed.
Yeah.
geez, they are really surrounding him on all sides. But this is... I don't know if the ticket balances in this game are made with the historical event on that map in mind. Like a lot of the Antietam maps. It's like Dunker Church. I don't know. I don't know how historically accurate they are, but a lot of these maps, they need some ticket balancing fixes. And this is one of them. The devs said the next update in a message on the Discord, which I don't know why they should really put that in more places than that. But they said that they're going to do ticket balancing fixes for the next update, which I don't know why we can't have monthly ticket balance updates where they just tweak maps. If you watch, heck, if you even just play this game for a couple times, if you play a map 2-3 times, you generally see who the advantage is towards. And I mean, there's plenty of broadcasts of different maps on this channel. You got other ones like Kotal. And, I mean, you have a trillion people, not a trillion. You got a couple hundred people, you know, playing these events every single night 4, 5, 6 times a week. Sometimes. I mean, I watch 6 events, but you could very much get feedback. And even though some people might be wrong in their feedback, I feel like there'd be a general consensus about which maps need more balancing towards one side or another. And if it's a 50-50 split, it probably means it's a good map. But anyways, good first round. Really, it was just Bolivar Camp. Union, is what it is. We'll see you all shortly for round number 2. And here we are with our second round, Schoolhouse Ridge. Server pop as of right now. We're up to 207. We're gaining here. 5-man inbounds to the CSA side. Artillery on this map. CSA's not taking any. Wow. That's surprising. Union is taking 6. Sorry, 11. So right now there is a infantry imbalance of 16 in favor of the CSA side. Again, really surprising to see CSA not take their artillery. They don't really have it back there, but Union Arty, on the other hand, is all the way up there. Anyways, 24% ticket advantage to the attacking CSA side. CSA generally likes to go down to this Union left side and try to take this corner, the Tree of Life, as some like to say. And they also sometimes like to go over here. So CSA really trying to spread out the Union line. And when you're up by 16 infantry guys, it can make a lot of difference. We'll see if the Union already pulls their weight. Hopefully they can for the Union side, but it's going to make things a lot easier for the CSA infantry when it comes down to charges, assuming Arty doesn't get involved. But anyways, weapons on this map. Union defense, they've got the 32nd Ohio with the option of the Lorenz and the Springfield 61. They also have the 126 New York with the Enfield. CSA attack, on the other hand, they have the 6th Louisiana with the option of the Enfield and the Springfield 55. And then they have the 13th Virginia with the option of the Enfield, the Springfield 55, but they also have the Springfield 42. So CSA side, for the most part, is heading over to the Union right, which you do have a Union unit up top going that way. Will be at EB. Down at the bottom, though, you got some 2nd U.S. Sharps guys who are just, I don't know if they realize they're in the CSA line or what, but well, it's kind of funny. They were chasing a couple CSA guys, it looks like. Anyway, CSA start to go up on top, and the engagement has begun.
Target, Warrington.
Pull it back a little bit. Pull
Do
it back a
it.
little bit. Pull it back to
Break reloads.
Break reloads.
So CSA kind of rolling up, taking ground as usual. Now, you'll sometimes see in this map where CSA can destroy the Union and cap that point early, which it's very difficult for Union to retake because Union main spawns up on the top of this hill, and if CSA caps the point, which is in the center of this road, Union's got to run across a big open field, and that's not always an easy thing to do. So CSA starting to put a little more pressure. Union has a nice defensive position on this snake fence. Got a majority of the CSA on Union left, though, pushing around, this being 1st Maryland, 1st South Carolina. See a couple 14th Tennessee tags and 7th South Carolina. I don't know if I mentioned them, but we'll give them double credit if that's the case. Union defense, on the other hand, we can kind of see where everyone is. You got the 8th Connecticut, 11th Pennsylvania holding down this Union left side. Very important role there. Meanwhile, Union kind of center, you got the Midwest Brigade. And then holding up on this right side, we saw Eagles Brigade earlier. 2nd U.S. Sharps have kind of merged up with them. CSA, on the other hand, they got Archers Brigade, 6th Arkansas. ICSR over here is 8th Virginia holding down this far left side for the CSA, kind of in the wood line here. You got EIB, 1st North Carolina. More of them there. And then the CSA left, we saw the 20th Georgia kind of holding down this corner here with some 14th Indiana and 1st Ohio. And then we saw the 1st Maryland and 1st South Carolina. So, again, really surprising to see CSA not take artillery. I mean, they got a lot of guns here. It's a nice view of a majority of this map. However, CSA was like, we're maybe charging this far left side. Artillery can't really hit there because of the trees, so we're just not going to bother with it. However, they sent guys over here. And, I mean, Artie's got clear shots, as long as they can hit them. Which, that's a whole different question.
This way, this way.
Hey, nobody away.
This way.
Get up on the Chevron.
Stay in the death lane when you reload.
Right up here's demons, right up here's demons.
Over here, boys.
Reloading the shade, boys.
Good job getting that flag up.
A little surprising to see a CSA not play more aggressive. They're kind of playing this slow and conservative. Slowly approaching, which isn't a bad thing to do per se. But...
Yes.
Come on, Union Arty. Look how great of a shot this is. Union Arty, they've got to roll the guns over the berm, though. Which it looks like they got a case on in one gun so far. But look at this angle. Oh, my. I mean, you can set the fuse time for as long as you want. If you just shoot it right there. A beautiful thing. And the crazy thing, too, we've had barely any fighting in Union's down to 4th of a morale stage. Oh, where is he turning the gun? Alright. There's also CSA already kind of center far side of my screen. You can kind of see the caissons there. Oh, they're rolling the gun back. They got it loaded. I just gotta shove her in. Let her rip. Alright. Gotta aim that shot. This is, I mean, most of the CSA, oh my goodness. Most of the CSA have kind of moved off, but they still got a line there they can hit. It's beautiful. They're gonna pull the pin. Oh, CSA is moving away. Are they gonna miss? They got one. Wow, lucky timing from CSA. You know, all things considered, I guess that was a pretty good place shot for CSA where they were at a moment ago, but they moved. Union's getting a little more aggressive, though, maybe trying to throw the 20th Georgia out. Not a bad idea for Union. If CSA is going to spread out as far as they are on this side, might as well take advantage and maybe get a flag.
From the front, French are coming for you. You imbeciles!
Oh, that's... Shoot the officer! Shoot the officer! Don't let me get thank you!
Get the flag down. Get the flag down.
You imbeciles!
Get up and get him, boys.
There's a pronunciation.
I'll die!
You're dead.
Ow!
Somebody was ready to shoot that flag. Back to the lobby. Don't chase.
CSA flag's going to make it back. Nice job to Elvis there. And it looks like the CSA left side is starting to get closer to the point here. I mean, Union's kind of moved down there, and here we go. Oh my! Rip that CSA line.
How the fuck did I survive?
Oh my goodness, that was great. Got some more CSA moving over. I mean, Union was ready for that. My goodness. EB Midwest, nice shots there. But I mean, generally as an attacker, you want to hit the defender down to engage by the 30-minute mark. So, CSA, I don't know if they need to pick up the pace a little bit. They might have to, though. The fighting didn't really start till about the 40-minute mark. Union's getting awfully close to this unless they're trying to charge it out, which numbers-wise is kind of even. CSA's starting to put a lot of pressure on that side as well. They're going to try to throw CSA out completely and get some flags. Union's very, very spread out, though.
On the line. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, get tongue. Tongue in your asshole. Even after death.
Keep killing.
And Union's going to win that pretty handily. They get a CSA flag down. So that's a good start. You got Union backing off. At least from this side, they're outnumbered over there. And CSA's capping point. If I were them, I'd try to get Union down to engage since they're so close and then capture. Reason being, if Union capture or CSA captures the point right now, it's a 20-minute counterattack. But if they just wait to knock Union down to engage, it'll be a 12-minute counterattack. Instead of 20 minutes, and then you could maybe save 8 whole minutes there. If Union's in taking losses, 7-minute counterattack, breaking, they can automatically win on a cap. But looks like CSA is going to cap here. Never mind, they want off. Again, it's not a terrible idea for CSA to cap on this map. I think obviously it's going to depend on circumstances, which Union's still kind of playing a forward position, or at least their traditional defensive line. So CSA with a ticket lead should keep fighting as long as Union's down here. It's more like if Union is turtling or CSA doesn't really want to do an over-aggressive charging nature. They can capture the point. I would stop the black timer, and it would force Union to move out to the point, which could potentially favor the CSA. But again, right, Union's down. They could go up to the percentage of tickets that the CSA side is at if they want.
Light him up. Light him up.
Timmy sees, they're English, guys. They're English. The English.
Union actually starting to take the point back here on the edge right now. You got Eagles Brigade. I'm intrigued to see if CSA will cap on a Union engaged, or if they'll just kind of play it out as we see it. They're starting to move, conceal a little bit.
What's the deal with that?
Keep moving, keep moving. Right there, south, south, south. Break it out. Back down to depth lane.
And so I think they, again, just getting close to deal some damage. They are capping point, though.
Gotta find it first.
Oh my god,
But EB's getting some close shots. I'm intrigued to see why Midwest is holding back while EB's kind of up on the front line. Got a lot of Union actually pushing out to that trench line, kind of using it as cover. CSA kind of stuck back there. Again, that CSA company without a flag. Oh my goodness, it got a lot closer. Nice job to whoever that was. But Union hits engage. CSA looks like they are going to capture here. 12-minute counterattack. And at this point, if Union retakes, they're going to gain some tickets back, assuming CSA stays ahead, which there's no reason why that should change. CSA left, capturing point, now running over to this side to assist their friendlies over here, keeping guys still capturing the point. So, and CSA still down flag over there, Union falling back. Union, you got to move back to the point as quickly as possible. Reason being, everyone's losing tickets right now. Sure, you're going to regain tickets, go back up to the percentage of tickets that the CSA is at. But the thing is, right, CSA is losing tickets right now, and the more they lose tickets, you're not going to be able to go up as high as you would want. So, and also as Union, you want that black timer continuing to tick down. CSA pace has been very slow on this map so far. It's been moderately slow. And so CSA is eventually going to run out of time if you keep up this pace, if you're Union. So Union needs to keep that black timer ticking. And how do you do that? Well, you retake the point. So you do have some Union movement. 8th Connecticut starting to shift towards the point. And now you got more Union going in the stake fence. The rest of the Union seeing are going to push into assist. Good there. The point's starting to go back in Union's favor.
Shoot me, you coward! Howdy, partner.
Meanwhile, CSA in the distance, at least I'm surprised they're not. They should push forward and try to take that corner. If CSA can take that corner, that's huge for them on this map. Which it looks like they will move up to do exactly that. Meanwhile, you got a couple CSA groups still holding down on the point.
Pretty hot down there.
Good, kill him. Good, kill him, kill him, kill him. Stand. Fall back, fall back, fall back down.
And if you're CSA, right, you want to charge into the point here, at least with a good chunk of guys. Maybe not these guys over here, but you got a lot of guys near the point. The reason why, as CSA, you want to charge in is, one, you could potentially win the point back, which it looks like they're probably not. But the second thing is that, right, Union's going to regain tickets here. As the attackers, you want the defenders as low as possible. So CSA, if they charge in and lose a bunch of tickets, Union won't be able to go up as high as they would want to go. So that's 2 reasons why you want to charge in here at this point. But it looks like CSA is going to kind of probe the point here. Both sides are going to be, might be in battle ready here. Or an engage. It depends what CSA is in a couple seconds.
Diddy spilled his baby oil in it.
It's Diddy.
So they retake both sides at a battle ready. However, even though Union regained some tickets, CSA took back the ground. They got their flag back. So maybe you could argue this was a good thing for the CSA side. Now Union has hit engage. Again, Union needs to play for time. They can try to sit on this side of the point to sit further away from the CSA if they want, or if they want to completely turtle, you know, they could head all the way over here, which you do see Union do every once in a while.
Shoot him in the creek. Shoot him in the creek.
In the creek, in the creek. The blood run red.
Creek.
Face southwest. Face south and left.
Wow, good these down. Good.
We're getting shot from the north.
Yeah, couple in the bush to our right.
But this is going to be a time game. CSA, they hit engage, but if I were CSA, I would try to keep capping the point as much as possible. As long as CSA can keep a ticket lead or keep tickets even throughout this whole process, CSA needs to stop that black timer. They are getting a little close on time, or they need to charge. You know, they got to pick up the pace a little bit here. Multiple ways to do that, but I mean, they are starting to get a big old flank here. First Maryland going around this side, getting some flanking shots that way. Which, they get a good couple of hits there on the Union holding on this left side, EB.
Pull it back, back down.
But hey, this map's kind of flipped on its head here.
Get down here. I got him. They're behind us on the hill, boys.
Skyline behind us. Directly east.
Now CSA's getting a little aggressive again. I like to see it. I don't know if that was CSA already or Union already. Probably was Union already. I might have team killed, but here we go.
Hey, you missed.
Get in there, get in there, get him. Don't let him in, don't let him in.
I missed.
I got you.
We got more rebels.
So CSA is trickling guys here, and again, they're doing damage. Union is getting down on tickets here. I mean, a lot of the Union are just sitting here and shooting. I don't know if they're friendly. I don't know if they realize their friendlies were engaged in melee a second ago, but CSA gets a lot of kills out of that. Kills Union kind of can't afford, and CSA is taking that ticket lead back. They got a Union flag down, at least for the moment.
Friendly. Where's mine?
But good moves here from CSA, keeping that up. Again, Union again. You want that black timer ticking if you're Union, so it makes sense for Union to stay near the point. You can at least get the logic behind it, but CSA is kind of staying close for the most part, getting aggressive, charging in, and they brought Union almost to halfway and engaged, which is what you want to hit them at by the 25-minute mark. This halfway.
Keep on shooting, boys.
God damn. Jump right north, right by the creek. Shoot them. They're just standing there, licking their fucking toes.
Looks like CSA got some already. But, oh, CSA's up by 12 initially. Artillery-wise, though, looks like Union's got 5 more guys on it. So, I mean, it's an 18-man infantry imbalance right now in favor of CSA. It's really going to be hard for Union to do stuff. They got to defeat CSA in detail. Maybe we got to move from Union here trying to do that. CSA seeing that, now starting to move out.
Go, go, go! Shoot it, boys, shoot!
Start shooting.
And they're going to get out in the nick of time. I mean, a couple casualties here and there, but
Protect the flag! Oh no!
Get the flag
they at least won't die in melee and lose a flag back here. Good move, though, from Union. Again, right? Each side is a similar number of players.
Literally spawned behind them. They got back. They got back.
If they're very spread out, if you see your opponent spread out, that probably means they're thin. So if you take your whole team who's blobbed up, nice arty shot, and charge through, there's a good shot you could defeat in detail, which at this point Union kind of needs. Again, CSA, I like it. I kind of like the early cap here. Again, you could argue if it's a good or bad thing. I would say it's more a good thing. Union's starting to back off away from the point, whether intentional or not. And CSA wants to keep them near the point, keep them engaged in close range combat, which with CSA has the 42s, at least the option of choosing it. CSA is going to do great in these close engagements. They might not win, but they'll get tickets down, which is what they need at this point. Again, as long as attackers keep the tickets even, they're fine. Sure, Union's going to regain some tickets, and that might suck, but if you're bringing everyone down, that's great news. So Union's going to push up again. Getting a little closer. And again, similar concept to what I said a few minutes ago in the counterattack. Union needs to try to retake as quickly as possible. Which,
Back up again.
which we'll see.
Right. Let's go. Follow drifting, lads.
Hello, lad.
Go, 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 go.
Eighth, move your asses. Why are we not fucking moving? 8th Connecticut, let's go.
Get your loads, hold fire.
Hold fire. Checks when ready, boys.
Check. Company check.
Check.
Check. Check.
Checks, man.
So CSA still holding point. A lot of their guys on this side. Union starting to get up on their fence. This should be... I mean, you got a couple skirmishers over there. One Union flag, but Union's got to get going in a second.
Shift it right, gentlemen. Follow drifting, 8th Connecticut.
And they're going away from the point here.
Up and over.
Or maybe they're going to try to go around through the creek here.
Gaps right here.
Through the gap, don't climb that fence.
Oh.
Targets all the way down there.
Independent fire! Shoot towards the flags, gentlemen, towards the
that
flag!
flag.
Get that flag down.
The issue with the sitting and shooting thing is that
Flag down, flag down.
Nice shot on the flag.
you have to be able to outshoot your opponent respawning for it to work. Because every flag that's up here, which CSA has all 4 of their flags here, so... Or they have 3, I don't know where the 4th is. It's could be over there. I don't know where it is. Ah, it's right there. So, I mean, at least on the point, right, CSA is getting 3 guys every 5 seconds. Union has to be killing more than 3 guys every second consistently. And that's not always an easy thing to do. So that's why you gotta charge a lot of these times on the points here. You can't do what Union's doing here. Which, I mean, I don't know if CSA is really being broken through. I mean, Union Arty's going to help there. Nice shot. It looks like Union Infantry now is at least going to finally push forward and charge in with a good Union Arty shot there.
South, far south.
Together as a union! It's the union!
Oh my god. Right there. Go, hold the line. Falter.
Oh my, CSA Arty, where are you? They're counter battering. No shot. Got some Union charging in the flank on that side. Now Union's going to try to take the point back completely.
Get that shit, get the flags down. Get the flag down. Get the flag down. You shall not pass.
Give it a little tush push.
CSA at this point, they just need to protect their flags, keep the melee going. At least for now, they're winning point. The lot of Union still sitting back. CSA regiment running across 6 Arkansas. They're running to reinforce their friends. Union already gets involved, but CSA kind of holds it. And you have a fair amount of Union here sitting. Sure, they're respawns, but I guess CS... Wow, what a hold there from CSA. Good job on their part. So, again, we've seen both, at least CSA, lose about a fourth to a third of a morale stage during this counterattack, which, I mean, that's great for them so far. They've stopped the timer and everyone's lost tickets. So, and they hold that charge and didn't lose their flags. I mean, really, really well played there from CSA. Nice Union arty shot, but again, with the Union infantry being down so much, Arty's got to pull some of the weight here and get these great shots. But the thing is that they have to kind of work with each other. Got to balance off each other. Got to play complementary gameplay. It's just like you're watching football. You got to have complementary offense and defense. Like Union Arty needs to hit the CSA line, and then the Union infantry needs to go in. It's if Union sees a great CS or Union Arty shot, they need to go in. And it looks like you got some CSA kind of being a little too aggressive in my opinion, but maybe they're just trying to lose tickets. So, good amount of CSA get killed there. But, again, they lost tickets. Not the worst thing in the world for them. And they are starting to take back point with CSA kind of spreading out again. Not a whole lot of spreading out, but looks like Union's really conceding on the point. CSA Arty's got a beautiful chance. I mean, Union Arty's had great chances here as well. Oh my goodness, this is a juicy shot.
Up and over at Gary's wishes.
And now you got more CSA kind of moving out. First Maryland trying to go up and over here, just spread out, which is not a bad idea. When you're in a shootout, you'd much rather be the team who's spread out versus the team that's all in a little blob. If your team's in a blob and everyone, your opponent's all spread out shooting into you, I mean, they're just going to crossfire on you like crazy. But, I mean, if Union does retake the point, they'll go up to a low engagement. CSA smart charge here from them. Great arty shot from CSA, perfectly timed. Union still taking back the point, but it might make this charge a little more closer. And point starting to go back in CSA's favor, and this is what I mean. CSA had an absolutely beautiful arty shot right as the CSA team went in, and it was a bang-bang play, perfectly executed from the CSA side. Whether intentional or not, it doesn't matter. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And, I mean, because the arty shot, it killed a good amount of guys. The clumped up Union, it knocked down a lot too. And CSA, while the Union was kind of shocked for a second or two, ran through, overwhelmed them. As a result, they get a Union flag, totally throw Union off the position, and now Union's got to spend a minute or two reforming, and we have 4.5 minutes on that gold timer. Not a lot of time left for the Union to retake this point. And the crazy thing, CSA barely took any ticket loss there. It looks like, I mean, they're still not taking losses, which is wild.
If you want to, you also take a step back.
Oh,
Someone
so
definitely
I'm
behind you.
stabbing you.
Gotta stay to the defilade when you're reloading.
So, Union main spawn all the way up here, which, good on Union, though. Good flag discipline from them to at least get 3 of those flags out of there. But, of course, it'll be interesting to see where Union wants to go here. Because they got a whole wide open field. They're probably going to have 1 good charge left, and then at that point, the game's going to be over. Union's got to stick together, though. That's the only shot they have at doing something. If they spread out, CSA is just going to be able to pick them apart, defeat them in detail. And Union, I mean, they got 2 flags over here. They got 1 flag over here with the bulk of the team. And the bulk of the team is not going for the Union flag, which is down, which they need up in order to get these mobile respawns. Instead, they're kind of sending them this way to the CSA line. CSA backing off, not wanting to lose those flags deep. Not a bad idea from them. Looks like they wanted to form on a little defilade here. I'm shocked that not all 3 Union flags are over here. And the Union charge very spread out, too. A lot charging over to the small CSA force. I think they saw a flag and they wanted to get it, but it lets the rest of the CSA over here completely overwhelm the Union attack. And now they kind of defeated them in detail and can now focus on this next Union push. And here's the thing, right? You saw 1 Union flag and a bulk of the team going over here. You would expect the Union on this side with the other 2 flags to play aggressive, but they're just sitting back and shooting. Which, great, you're sitting back and shooting, you're getting a couple kills, you have 2 minutes left. And the game's over, you lose. So what is there to gain from sitting back and shooting? Nothing. I mean, there's not a whole lot of them over there either, so they're just shooting, maybe getting a kill or 2. But the issue is that they're just going to respawn in 5 seconds. So 1.5 minutes, Union, they're just going to bust it down. That's all they can do at this point. Which, I mean, based on what we've seen so far, CSA is most likely going to be able to hold it. But looks like you got Union pushing down here. Union flag still down there. Again, I'm surprised Union didn't try to pick that up in the last little charge there as well.
We have nothing.
You will not pass.
Oh.
You will not pass.
Boy, tax this dick. Come over here.
You will not pass.
CSA is holding strong over there. Not a terrible surprise on that front. CSA just needs more bodies on the point when the clock hits 0, and they'll win the game. Similarly, if Union gets more bodies on point before the clock hits 0, they can force a overtime and win the match. But it doesn't look like that is going to happen here. So, good 2 rounds today. CSA, though, getting a nice win on Schoolhouse Ridge. Nice 2-0, really, from them today. So, I mean, CSA just played this map well. They played it efficient. Their pace was slow at the beginning, and so they decided to play a little more aggressive, but they also captured the point. Really good reaction there from CSA, forcing Union into an engagement, and they would consistently win those engagements too. I mean, maybe you could argue that, I mean, Union did pretty fine for most of the round, maybe off decision here or there at the end, but it can be a rough map sometimes. CSA just played that really well. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel more, go beneath the video and hit the join button. By doing so, you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Besides that, though, we have our Discord Clips channel and more in the description. If you like the daily shorts, go check out the Clips channel. But I appreciate you all. I could not do this without you all guys, and we will see you in the next one. Have a wonderful rest of your night.